Fake coin spotting. You don't need to be an expert to spot a fake coin. You just need to know a few things about the genuine coin and how fake coins may differ. I'm not talking about having to have an encyclopedic memory for all the tiny differences in design features that fake coins may have compared to genuine coins. Let's leave that to the experts and look at how us amateurs can spot fake coins. The first thing to consider is that counterfeiters are unlikely to make fakes of common coins. Making a convincing counterfeit coin takes considerable effort and some expense, so counterfeiters are most likely to target the more rare and valuable coins. Producers of fake coins are also likely to use less expensive metals than the original to keep costs down. So understanding what type of metal or alloy the coin in question is made from is an excellent place to start before looking for telltale signs that something is wrong. The correct weight, dimensions and composition of almost any coin is fairly easily found online, and it's this information that will help you determine its authenticity. Have no doubt, fakes will be made to match these specifications as closely as possible within reason. But when it comes to gold and silver and even copper coins, alternative metals will most likely be used. Of course, counterfeit coins will be made to look like they are made from the correct metal, and it's our job to determine that they are not, even when the counterfeiter has done a good job and made them look almost perfect. Two pair of coins that have been scrolling past are examples of fake and genuine coins. Can you tell the difference? Let's use a little physics to be sure. The first thing we need to do is check what type of metal the coin should be made from and how dense or heavy that metal is, as well as finding out the thermal and electrical characteristics of the metal if we can. In other words, how well does it conduct electricity and heat? Let's look at the periodic table of elements to see where most of the metals that coins are made from are situated. The further along the table, or the higher its atomic number, the more dense the metal is. Coins around the world are made from aluminium, and then we have iron, but that's not much good unless you mix some chromium in with it. Then there's nickel, copper, zinc, silver, tin, platinum and gold, without getting carried away with the more exotic possible metals that are used in rare cases. Most will be made from alloys of copper, zinc, tin, silver and sometimes gold. And that's handy, because if you try and pick them up with a magnet, nothing happens, because they are non-ferrous metals. Meaning, if that suspect coin you are examining sticks to a magnet, it's definitely a fake. The problem the counterfeiter has is they cannot break the laws of physics and make a coin from a metal that is less dense than the genuine coin with the same weight and dimensions. If they use a metal that is less dense, the fake will need to be bigger so it weighs the same. If they make the fake the correct diameter, the coin will need to be thicker. If they make the fake the correct thickness, the diameter will need to be larger. If they used a more dense metal, let's say lead, and alloyed it with some other metal, they could end up with a coin that's the same average density as the genuine coin. They could end up with a coin with the same weight and dimensions, but the electrical properties of the coin will probably be different. And we have a way of checking that quite easily. Let's look at a practical example. Here we have a fake 1923 halfpenny. It's not surprising a fake was made of this coin, as it has a very low mintage, and a genuine coin would sell for a large sum, even in poor to average condition. So here we have a fake 1923 halfpenny, Australian halfpenny. Now I've looked up the specifications for this coin, and I'm going to read them out. It should be made of 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin. It should have a plain edge, which it does, weighs 5.67 grams when new, diameter of 25.5 millimeters and a thickness of 1.5 millimeters. Now I've got a genuine halfpenny. Unfortunately, it's not the 1923 because I don't own one of them. They're very rare and expensive. But let's just put these two together and you'll see the fake is pretty much the right diameter. If I look on the edge, it's got a plain edge like it's supposed to, and the thickness looks pretty good. So we're looking for a problem, but so far we haven't found one. So it's quite possible this coin is made of very similar metal. Don't know. But so what is left? What are we going to check next? And I'll tell you what it is. We're going to check the weight. So here's a genuine halfpenny for comparison. It's weighing in at 5.66. That's like 1/10 of a gram under the specification of 5.67. But you're going to expect that with a bit of wear, so that's fine. Now let's have a look to see what we get for the fake. And it's coming in at 6.76, way over the 5.67. So although this coin was the same, the correct diameter and the correct thickness, it's got to be wrong somewhere. And it is. It's in the weight. So they've made it out of something that's more dense than the normal copper. It's a fake. Now, let's have a look at the 1938 crown. This is another one the counterfeiters seem to like to fake. It's not surprising. The 1938 is quite a unique coin, and it's large and it's very collectible. And since there was less 38s made than the 37, it's going to be a target. So let's have a bit of a closer look at it. You can see here, this actually is not a very good fake, is it? You can see there's a little detail missing there. You can see on the real one here, it's much better. The strike on this is good, you know, you've got good detail on this, it's pretty average. But, you know, if you're not careful, you could be fooled. So let's have a bit of a closer look to see how well they've done in other ways. Putting them together. Slight difference in colour, isn't there? There. I think one looks a bit yellower on the edge. But the depth of the thickness looks pretty good. Close. And diameter, it's good. Okay. So now, what are we going to do? Check the weights. So there's a genuine crown on there, coming in at 28.27. Pretty close to what it should be, is 28.28. So yeah, again, we're just 1/100th of a gram out, which is completely acceptable. I don't think it's a fake based on that. And then we're going to put the fake on there, and we got 26.35, which is way under, isn't it? So, yep, there you go. There's always one thing out. If the weights were correct, then it would be the size or the thickness, the diameter, something's going to be wrong. So we've established that these two fakes got caught out not because they had the wrong diameter or the wrong thickness, but because they had the wrong weight. But what if the counterfeiter had mixed up some sort of mixture of metals, so an alloy, that had the same weight as the real coin? So in the case of the crown, which is what, 92.5% silver, instead of using 92.5% silver and 7.5% copper, they mixed up some other concoction, some other alloy that weighed exactly the right amount. Then you'd have a coin that's the right size, the right depth, thickness, everything, and the right weight. How are you going to tell then if it's a fake? Well, I have a little thing that I've made over here, and that's going to help. Okay, so hold on, we'll have a look. So we've got a little mechanism here that I built, and the whole reason for building this is for the situation where you've got a coin, a fake coin, and it's the right dimensions and it's the right weight, but you do suspect that it's fake and it's made from some other type of alloy. So how are you going to know? Well, if it's not made out of silver or copper, it's going to be made with some sort of mixture that's going to be less conductive, because silver, these silver coins, they're the most conductive metal there is. Copper's not far behind it. So how's this going to let you know that? Well, this is how. Underneath here, I've got some of these magnets. They've glued them underneath, okay? And when a metallic thing goes past them, it produces an electrical current inside the coin, which produces a magnetic effect opposite to the magnets, opposite polarity, and it slows the coin down. So, also, if it's a ferrous thing, like it's got metal in it that's ferrous, in other words, a magnet will pick it up. Look what happens. All right, it just gets bang, stuck straight away because it's on the first magnet. Let's look at a copper coin. It's very conductive. See, it slows down. Compare that to a 20-cent coin, which is mainly nickel. It goes like the wind. Here's an old 50-cent piece, the round one. They're 80% silver. Watch this. Oh, it just creeps its way down. Okay, so this is how we're going to know how conductive. 2-cent piece, made of copper. See how it's slowed down? 1-cent piece, slow. If I do it over here, where there's no magnets, like the wind, and here. Do it over here in the middle where there's magnets, and yet, you hold a magnet on it, it won't lift it up. It's only when it's in motion that it causes that opposite magnetic field that slows it down. Okay, so that's how this thing works. I'll show you underneath. Yeah. There's the magnets just stuck there, and they're quite powerful magnets. Like this thing picks it up from them. But as I said, if they're non-ferrous, won't pick them up. But if they're conductive, it's going to slow them down. So that's how you're going to know when everything else is equal. The one that gets slowed down like that, that's not stopped dead in its track, like the ferrous washer that's full of iron, that of course is attracted to the magnet, whether it's stopped or moving. So just recapping, it's always going to be the non-ferrous, highly conductive coins, like copper and silver coins, that react this way, slow down. Unlike when there's no magnets there, they go like that. Thanks for watching.